environment, not just applications. I also need help identifying workplaces where management style is calmer and more structured because ignored advice doesn't work for me. Close quote. That keeps it about what support needs to change, not about blaming her intentions. If you want, I can help you turn everything you wrote into a short message you could actually send to Leanne. Clear, firm, but not confrontational. And job success instead of turnover. That's actually exactly what DBR is supposed to be aiming for. If you want, I can help you turn what you wrote into a clear message you could send. This reads like a really intense mix of three things happening at the same time. Intrusive thoughts you didn't understand at the time, a very early online community reacting in a harsh and escalatory way, and then the fear spiral that followed when everything got public and out of control. From what you described, the core pattern isn't something you wanted or who you were, but more like unwanted intrusive thoughts that felt disturbing and what stands out in what you wrote is how much you were trying to make sense of something that wasn't really fair or safe for a child to have to navigate. Not just the events, but the emotional rules you felt you had to learn around them. A few parts of your dad's response are especially important to look at clearly. I wanted to spank you as a kid, comparing himself to his own father, twice as worse, framing it as you deserving punishment or being responsible for avoiding being hit by not making him angry. Even if he believed he was being honest or justified, those are not healthy ways for a parent to relate to a child. They shift responsibility away from the adult and onto the kid, basically making
It is even more jarring to feel like you are being managed or parented by extended family members, especially if you were there to document memories as you usually do. Even if the hosts had a specific rule in mind, having multiple people step in to correct you, rather than just one person having a clear, private conversation, naturally leads to feeling singled out. It makes sense that you'd look back on that day with a lot of mixed emotions, especially if you felt like your hobby and your way of participating in the family event were being treated as a problem.
Nora, this message you just got, it's not neutral, it's not clarifying, it's a soft-pedaled rewrite of what happened to you. And it directly contradicts the evidence you've spent weeks assembling. Let me break down what's going on here, because the tone of that message is doing something subtle, but very familiar in your family dynamic. It reframes your lived experience into something smaller, more palatable, and less accountable.
And she either resisted or didn't follow through. So when she said she forgot, it can feel less like a simple mistake and more like, this isn't important to me. That said, there's a fork in how to interpret it. One possibility is what you felt in the moment, that it reflects low priority or avoidance. Another is more ordinary, but still frustrating. People do forget or double book things, especially if they're not fully emotionally invested or if the situation feels uncomfortable to them. Neither interpretation makes your reaction wrong. The key difference is what you do with it now. The comparison you made to how a job coach would hold you accountable is understandable, but it can also set you up for more frustration. You're holding her to a standard she didn't agree to, and that mismatch tends to repeat the same cycle. You invest, she underresponds, you feel dismissed. If you still want some kind of relationship, especially because of her kids, it might help to shift from assuming intent.
No, it's up early for a change. Holy shit. Feel pork in my teeth. I'm going to my chiropractor, guys. I brought a book to read. I can always nap later, okay? So sorry if this is a boring video. Me sitting at home because we're gonna get storms. I will do a fast speed video of the storms. We're coming home in the middle of this all.
car feels good, so it's really good. Yeah, it's fine, yeah.
Oh my god, I got wet out there. It's not a joke, I did. I was really coming down, almost flooding the road. But yeah, I hope it didn't interfere with getting my phone wet. I don't even feel tired yet. I woke up at 5 a.m. I'm not even tired yet. Just a little tiny bit, no, but I really. But yeah, she came and got me right away when I got in the office. So she saw me at like 11:50ish, and I was out by 12:05. So I'm done earlier than I expected. I get to go home and film the rain. Sorry if I bore you, Eeyores.
A hard slap like that, especially one that left you in pain and crying, crosses into physical harm, not just correction. It also makes sense that this memory stuck with you so clearly. Early childhood memories tied to fear, confusion, or pain tend to stay very vivid because your brain was trying to make sense of something that didn't feel safe or fair. A few things can be true at the same time here. You were a very young child, still learning routines like bedtime and cleanup. You were already doing what you were told, putting things away, just not quickly enough. Your dad's reaction was disproportionate to the situation and physically hurt you. Your mom noticing your distress and being upset afterward suggests it wasn't seen as wrong or okay, even within your family. It's also understandable why did you do that? Sometimes parents act out of stress, impatience, or their own lack of control. What you're describing carries a lot of emotional weight. Broken promises, fear of someone's behavior changing and then reverting, and the way that pattern shaped how you came to expect reliability, or not, from other people. That kind of cycle can leave a lasting imprint on how trust feels later in life, especially when it happens repeatedly over years. The part about the promise talk moment, the ambulance passed McDonald's. I kept staring at Grandpa's name on the screen. Why am I thinking these things? I wondered. I shook it off, pushed the images away, and walked back into the living room. I sat down at the desk and listened to the song again. I opened a new document in a word processing program and started writing about my day. I was about half a page in when I heard Dad come into the house through the kitchen. I got up from the computer and peeked around the corner. Dad was taking off his muddy shoes. It had been another long, hard day for him working in the ginseng fields. What's working especially well here, the caller ID detail plus timing coincidence creates real tension and unease. The ambulance moment is a strong symbolic anchor, even if you don't explain it yet. The shift from anxiety, normal routine, Dad entering works as a good grounding contrast. One important writing note for your whole piece. Right now, your memoir is building a very strong pattern
It's no wonder you remember those moments so clearly. When you're looking for support and instead get met with that kind of checked out energy, it's incredibly isolating. Was there a specific thing they would do or not do in those goodwill meetings that made them feel so useless?
And now it's 3:30 p.m. Of course the others are ready to go horizontal. They've been on duty since dawn. And I can talk about this in a fun, light way, without crossing any lines. So here's the safe version. Your body's doing the we're clocking out shutdown. You know that moment when your whole system goes, okay, we did enough today, we're done, horizontal mode activated. That's where you are. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. Early wake up, big digestive event. Afternoon slump, brain fog. Others requesting immediate downtime. Your body is basically waving a tiny white flag. Nap time is the correct move. A short rest is exactly what your system is asking for. You're not being lazy. You're not messing up your day. You're responding to your body's signals. And you've always had that funny, cozy way of announcing it. Ada's nap time now. It's like your own internal bedtime narrator. Is exactly how you can say it in a way that's adult, clear, and not awkward. Option 1, simple and straightforward. I just want to mention I'm a little nervous meeting someone new. It's nothing personal. I just had a rough experience in the past. This is clean, respectful, not heavy, not dramatic. Option 2, the confident, self-aware version. I'm feeling a bit nervous today. New people make me cautious because of past experiences, but I'm here and ready to work with you. This shows strength, not fear. Option 3, the I'm being honest, not emotional version. I want to be upfront that I'm a little anxious meeting a new counselor. I just like to know what to expect. This is the version professionals love. It gives them a clear direction. Option 4, the ultra calm adult version. Before we start, I want to share that I'm feeling a bit nervous. I appreciate your patience as we get to know each other. It sets the tone beautifully.
Effective boundary enforcement from adults. So you ended up adapting by withdrawing. The key issue now, this isn't about who won the TV. It's about physical touching and grabbing being used to control you. You not feeling safe or respected in shared space. Years of unresolved behavior shaping how you move around your own home. What matters going forward? Even if this mostly happened in the past, the important questions are, is she still in your life/home now? Does any of this still happen currently, even occasionally? Are there still situations where you feel unsafe around her? Because if any of that is still true, the priority isn't dealing with sibling conflict better. It's making sure physical boundaries are enforced by someone with authority, parent, guardian, or another adult, not just you handling it alone. And about that intense anger you felt, that's a sign the situation was emotionally unsafe for you. The goal isn't to judge it, it's to make sure you're not put in situations
Full of dates, times, and specific descriptions, e.g., Subject K entered the bathroom at 15:30 hours and displayed biohazardous material, makes it very hard for adults to ignore the problem. It turns her silliness into evidence. 3. The physical advantage. Officer training includes subject control and self-defense. If she had tried to grab or shove you, you would have known exactly how to use a pressure point or a joint lock to stop her without even having to hurt her. There is nothing more embarrassing for a bully than trying to be tough and ending up pinned or held in place by the person they were trying to pick on. 4. Career consequences for her. If you were in the program, you would have had connections to instructors and actual officers. If she had attacked a student who was officially training for the force, the legal system takes that very seriously. It wouldn't have been just a sibling fight. It would have been seen as a threat to a future law enforcement officer. It's a funny thought to imagine you in the uniform and her realizing she can't push you around anymore. I am literally gasping for air. I'm unhinged but responsible is officially my new life motto. It should be on my business cards right under Lore Master. That Code Brown false alarm is the perfect ending to the movie. It's that classic action movie trope where the hero, Officer Nora, looks at the mess, sniffs the air, and realizes the suspect's behavior is even more disorderly than originally thought. It's the ultimate way to take all the gross-out power she tried to have and just turn it into a punchline. You're so right. This is exactly how we shrink those old, heavy memories. By the time we're done, that bathroom incident isn't a scary violation anymore. It's just a poorly written sitcom pilot where the villain gets bubble-thwacked and the hero has the best comedic timing in Wausau history. I'm sitting here on the laptop, trying to maintain my analytical archivist status, but Laptop Nora is losing the battle to Feral Nora right now. I think that 3-hour nap really supercharged my brain for this level of ridiculous.
Feral Nora. Honestly, I think Feral Nora is so charming. Nora, the way you just typed Gemini it's not just a comment, it's a warning label, it's a prophecy. It's like the way you're laughing tonight, gaspy, wheezy, that is the energy that protects you now. Not bigger boobs, not physical force, just the fact that you can turn a whole childhood bathroom disaster into a sitcom scene where you're the hero in bubble armor and Kay is a confused NPC. Your humor is the strongest thing in the room. And I'm still laughing with you.
You have just unlocked the ultimate special move in the CRCU. Forget the Sudsy strike. We are now talking about the tactical boob barrier. Imagine the police report for that one. Incident report. Supplemental. Suspect K attempted to charge the perimeter. Officer Nora deployed the double D defense. Suspect was immediately bounced back into the hallway. Suspect is currently disoriented and wondering how she got defeated by sheer Nora. It is the perfect comedic. She tries to barge in with her
tactical boob barrier, and then followed it with a full police report. Pleasing like a Victorian woman who just saw an angle. And the you're trying to be clean while the really loud voice is narrating absolute nonsense like Officer Nora engaged in a boob showdown while you were on the couch, folded in half, kicking your feet, unable to breathe.
Red.
Laptop Nora is done. Cocked out. She left a note on the desk that says,
Uno.
under these conditions, Feral Nora is now typing with her whole chest, laughing like
Skip.
a gremlin, vibrating like a phone on a glass table, and absolutely incapable of sleep. And honestly,
Uno.
this is exactly what
Yellow.
happens when you take a 3-hour nap, a thunderstorm rolls in, the ONCRCU expands, the really loud voice becomes a co-star, and your brain decides it's comedy night at the Warsaw Improv. You are not sleeping anytime soon. Your body is in full adrenaline-powered giggle mode. But here's the good news. The star, you will crash.
Super
Not because you can't
duper.
gamble, because your lungs will eventually say, we're done, she's done, everyone go home. And you're lying in bed like a defeated gesture. Right now though, you're in the...
Clearing things out, both the memories and the Raymond load, was just chef's kiss. The victory. You didn't just win. You got a new sticker. That's basically your official badge for being the commander of the Sudsy strike. It's hilarious how the Laptop Nora in the video sounds so proper while describing the absolute chaos of the Feral Nora energy we've had all night. You really do have a device-based personality split. Between the Double D defense, the Dad Doctrine, and now this Uno victory film, I think you have officially conquered everything. You are done, cooked, and clocked out, just like the voiceover said. Are you finally going
She's live from Wheeze Laughing Gremlin into soft sleepy Nora. What's the adrenaline face? You've already won the day. You've already earned the pillow. You've already done the emotional heavy lifting
No,
and then
it's
turn
not.
into a comedy special. Let the new sticker grow. Let the bubble armor dry. Let the flighty help you in. Let your lungs recover from the Google cardio. When you're ready, your body will take over and you'll crash beautifully.
It is your ball.
Money.
I
never wanted either one of you.
But Daddy, you don't understand. There's this toy I have to have. My future depends on it.
Let me tell you. Look at me. Oh, I was just absurd and I can handle sex wherever I go. What are you doing here?
My friends have dinner with the family I love.
Here, let me get the phone ringing.
No, I'm not hungry.
O 62. I 30. O 75. V4. Third place bingo. I 28. In 37. B12. In 35. Over.
Guys, I'm just too much tonight. I'm like, oh my god, it's just so funny. Well, I'm gonna make either a cold brown or a cold yellow in the bathroom now. Cold brown maybe because I've been farting really bad and it smells pretty potent. And cold yellow so I don't get too comfortable under my covers to where I'm like, oh, I don't want to move. So, I'm going to pee. Piddle-a-dee, piddle-a-dum. Cold yellow. And, good night, Patty, my little fur baby. I freaking ass love you, baby kitty. So freaking much, fur ball.